Okay, so I'm also live on YouTube. How is everybody doing? We are going live, 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 live. I have so many lovely friends with me on YouTube. I am so ecstatic. Thank you so much for joining me. I just did a quick little tour of my little room on TikTok, and we talked about little things that we need to do. We have so much to talk about, okay? Um, And let me pull up. Hello, Sharon. How are you? And I have Beth. Candy, how are you, my sweet friend? How are you doing? How is the grandma doing in you? Candy's a brand new grandma. I know. She's so sweet. She's adorable. I can't see more pictures of that sweet little girl. Harlequin dies, all my first time favorites. Yes. Okay. Fun dies, granddaughter's first day, junior high. So, oh my God, your granddaughter's in junior high, Dell? Oh my gosh, when did that happen? How did that happen? I don't even understand that. Oh my goodness. So hello, Yvonne. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Doris Brennan, how are you, sweetheart? Doris, I think we need to chat offline. I think you need to send me an email. Because I think I might have your email address wrong. I think I saw that when I was looking at my constant contact wasn't going through on your email address. So maybe send me an email. Hello, Anna, my sweet friend that's always working. She's like a workaholic. Let's just say that. Yes, and Miriam, how are you? We are getting ready for Canton Bleu. Our Zoom class on Canton Bleu is coming up September 27th. Yes, that's going to be so much fun. Oh, I can't even tell you how much fun that is. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Miriam. Hello, Doris. Hello, Anna. How is everybody doing? Okay, so since I have y'all standing up, I'm going to show you this real quick. This is my sneak peek of my project that's going to launch in March. Okay, let me move this over. We just talked about this over on TikTok, but I'm going to move it over so you can kind of see. I have been in declutter mode. Okay, you can kind of see this station right here. This is my cutting bag. Okay, but this is my, let's call it our lovely, it's going to be called a generosity swap box. Okay, so I have a lot of these cute little containers that I have no use for anymore, but I don't dare want to throw them away. I also have some that are from the little drawers that you pull from our old plan. So those are going to, and I have been decluttering my space, okay? So I have things that I would like to swap with, gift you. So the idea came to me when we go out and about and we are doing crops. And at the crop, you usually have a swap table. Okay, you take something there, you leave it for somebody else to pick up, or you go and pick something up. The idea is to swap something, drop something off and pick something up so things get recycled. Part of generosity is to gift, right? Gift something that you want to receive is what I think generosity is. So this is like a brand new little trash can. It has the little drawer right here on it. See here, it has the little clippy, not drawer, sorry. It has the little tweezer in here. Okay, so this lovely little thing is going to get put into one of these little boxes. And I'm going to put little embellishments in here, whatever little stuff I can stuff into this little box, okay? I'm going to do this on Wednesday morning. And then I'm going to put it in a little plastic container. And I'm going to go through my address book of my girlfriends that I know, and I'm going to mail it to them. And it's going to be a generosity box. So you can take this out. You can either keep it, you can swap it with, put something else in this container. Whatever, you know, you have that you may not want to use. Maybe you have half of some embellishments that you're not using anymore. So, you know, you can do that. Okay, but this would be something that you can swap with somebody. Yvonne, please click. Martha, everyone, thank you so much for giving me a thumbs up. So this is going to get mailed to somebody else. I have tons of those kind of things here. I have these little cards that I haven't finished making, but they're lovely. They're brand new. They're clean. They haven't been used. I have tons of tags that I haven't used, tons and tons. So I'm just gonna put them in these little containers, and then I'm gonna mail them to somebody. At the very bottom, you can see I have embellishments right here. You see that embellishments there. Here's the instructions to that. So what I'm trying to promote is for all of us to recycle our gently used products that maybe we are not using anymore. You see I have here coming up Christmas stickers for your gifts. It's going to go in this little box. More little alphabets. I don't use these, okay? Some little things right here. Those are vellum. Some cards that I have that are extra that I haven't used, but they're beautiful. So maybe somebody else can use them. I have also here some pop-up, you know, those are the ones that you kind of tear apart and then you kind of turn them into 3D stickers. Beautiful. Anyway, so that is going to be on Wednesday, okay? On Wednesday, we're going to start our generosity swap box and we're going to mail it to each other. I'm going to try to put all of these in the mail and then you will receive them. You will add things to it, remove things from it, and send it off to another person, okay? Yes, send it off to another person so that way they can do the same thing. Okay, now here is the next thing on my list. The box is open and I have this lovely thing right here. It is huge, okay? I already measured this. It is a 5x7 piece of paper. Okay, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I think I want to cut it, like always, in gold. So we're going to move down to my desk so you can see what's going on. And let's see. I think it is best if I take this off and change the view so you can see it from down, because Annie likes it best when you can see my desk and I'm not upside down. Yep, just like that. And here we go. Okay, so just like that, you're going to be able to see everything on my side. Okay. We're going to say goodbye to everybody over there on YouTube and ask them to come and join us. Thank you so much, not YouTube, excuse me. Thank you so much, TikTok, for hanging out with me. And we're going to say goodbye and come back into YouTube and come meet us and see us over here. Thank you. Bye. It's stressful for me when I have both platforms going at the same time. I think I need to do something called StreamYard or something like that. I think might be an easier plan. Okay, so here is this gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. We're going to look at this bow die and cut it. Did everybody get their bow die already? Have you done something with it? Have you cut it? Bye-bye, TikTokers. Hasta luego. Okay, I like to cut it with something, what I call my sloppy copy first. Okay. And I know I'm going to want it in gold. So I'm going to cut it in gold because I know that I love it in gold. But I want to do a page in Canton Bleu. So if we do a page in Canton Bleu, I was thinking I would use some blue colors. And I have here my, let's see, this is the regular size. That would fit just perfectly. So let's use those golds and maybe even some silver. You know how I like to mix the metals. You know that I like to mix the metals. Yep, sure do. Sure do. Oh, I wish you guys could talk to me. Like when we do Zooms, it's so much fun because I don't have to be the only one talking. Annie always volunteers to talk, you know, for all of us. Where's Annie? Are you there, Annie, honey bunny? Whew. Okay, let's move that little lovely thing over there. I have contractors outside also, so I don't know if they need to come inside or not again, but we'll just go as it is. If they do, then I'm sure they'll come and knock on our window and we'll deal with it when they come. I know I always have more than one thing going because I don't even know what life would be if it was not the way I do it. Like, what would I do? I don't know. Okay, and then I'm going to take the little extra bow right there, and I'm going to put it inside one of these little lovelies, because you might want to make a double bow. Do you know what I mean? A double bow. And I love this little tag. I don't know what I'm going to do with this little tag yet, but I love it, and it fits right inside that little space right there. Mamma mia. Okay, then we'll smash it in. And we will find out if this lovely magnet is new or not. I did wrap them up and make sure that we're all nice and flat as they can be anyway. Okay, so I know that, oh, that is a pretty bow. Can you see that? Okay, let me bring this over more. Okay, I have to remember that I have to slow it down when you come to see me. If I don't see the, there we go. I have to give it time. There's a time lapse on the, oh, look how pretty that is. Let's make sure you can see me well. There's a time lapse on the screen, my laptop to live. So we have to make sure that you can, I'm putting this is my little magnets tray. It has, you know, my favorite lip gloss, and I like to put that in here because just in case I lose it. Okay, I don't want to lose it. And then, and wasn't this price just fabulous for this little die here? Like, how many of you guys ordered two just because the price was so incredible? Like, really incredible. Okay, look at how pretty that die is. Look at that. Okay, and then we have an extra little bow right here. And I can see in my little pretty head what I want to do for the scrapbook page. I am thinking of it as we're sitting here talking. Okay, so I have been decluttering my room, and I still have 4 big containers of embellishments. Like, I took them apart. I took the embellishments apart from the paper, and now I need to find the paper that goes to it so that I can use it when I use the paper, is what my brain is thinking I need to do. So yeah, now I have to I think this would be a fun project to do also, almost like a puzzle project, because you can cut these all up into the right size right there. And we're going to do this one also right there. And we're going to smash it in. And I think I need at least 4 in gold. I think I might do 2 in silver maybe. I think that would be fun, a fun look. Gold and silver. My painters are still outside. I can see their truck back there. Ooh, so, okay, so what else is on my list of things to talk to you about? I was talking about the Generosity Swap box, okay? I don't want you thinking that you would put junky stuff in there, okay? You want to put stuff that you want to receive, that you love, but now you have just 2 sheets of it or something. And, you know, instead of trying to figure out how to get more of it, it's better to send it out to the next person that might be able to use the next little pieces of paper, right? Okay. So that is my idea anyway. And let's see if it works or not. I can just see all these Generosity boxes going all over, kind of like what they do for junk journaling. What is it called? What is the junk journaling thing called? Happy Mail, is that correct? Happy Mail, or when you're swapping products with each other. I don't know. You guys might know. I've seen it. I don't know exactly what it's called. 2 more. That's it. They can be cut into different colors and put back in, kind of like a a stained glass window, right? I think that would be really fun. Okay, and of course I'm going to put this on a Canton Bleu background because I am all over the Canton Bleu lately because my whole world is all about Canton Bleu. The class is coming up. I am furiously doing videos so that you have the instructions ready to go. I spoke to another web designer this morning. I love her to pieces. Mint, I want to say it's Mint, M-E-N-T, mint.com was her name, and she's gonna look and see what she can do for me, but she's also thinking that my website should be under let's see, it should be under Shopify or Wix. Is it called a Wix? I think that's correct. Okay. Hey, how are you, Tamar? How are you? I am so happy to see you here. How is your day going? I know, I just got off and did a live on TikTok and came over here to meet my sweet little friends, and we are planning a layout. Have you received yours yet? I don't know if that fits just one little gold. You know, I want to use every little piece of this loveliness. Okay. And we were talking about doing this. I feel like my brain is on slow motion. Maybe that triple espresso. It wasn't a good idea. You know, I love my coffee, and I have switched over to triple espresso. So 3 espresso shots. Okay. I make it at home. I'm not one that has a coffee shop nearby that's convenient. Like, you know, my coffee shop is in my house. Let's do one more of this right here. Which one is it? This way. And I know, a triple espresso. And what else did I have? Oh, and then I make it cold. So I ice it while I'm getting the rest of the house put together. I ice it. And then I go and add ice, and almond milk has been my favorite. And then a little bit of this delicious caramel powder that I just found, and I love it. It's so delicious. It is not calorie free, but I try not to have it till like lunch. So I'm trying to fast all morning. Regardless. Okay. So what did you have for lunch? What did everybody have for lunch? Talking about food and fasting. Here we go. Okay, so this one is number 4, and I think that this should be enough when I'm thinking of using it as a background on a page. Maybe. Okay, you know, I have to kind of feel it out and see how it's going to work for me. You guys know that I'm just an impromptu. That's why I do lives, because I don't have time to plan it out. There's too much going on, like my little painters outside. I'm wondering when they need to come inside. There's this one, because I know that one set of French doors has not been finished. Okay, so we have those. Let's try and look at that. Okay, and I'm not going to do the little frame that's around it, the bracelet, yet, because I don't think I need that part right now. Also, I was showing everybody while I pick out paper, I'll show you the postcard kit. It was the members only postcard kit. Did you guys get it? It is 10 Christmas cards. I didn't even know what I was buying. You know, that happens to me a lot. I didn't even know what I was buying. And there you go. so let's get some Canton Blue paper out and start figuring out how we want to layer this. So I need a background, and I always kind of talk it out with you. Cottage cheese with fruit. Oh, yum. I love cottage cheese with pineapples. Love. Okay, so here's the 10 cards. Okay, the 10 cards. Very pretty, very pretty. And they don't need the insert because it's already there, and you sign it on the back. 10 of them. I didn't realize that's what it was. I thought it was just embellishments. These are the envelopes. These are the gorgeous embellishments. And then the big postcard that goes to it. And 10 little embellies, sentiments. I think that is perfect for my October retreat. There you go. I'm packed. I'll just take some glue, and that is just perfection. Okay, so I'm going to look at what I want from here. I want something that is muted, and I know that that is not necessarily muted, but I think for what I want it to do, it might be what I want it to do. Okay, let's think about that one. I have several of them. Oh, you know how much I love the plate one. But you cover it up, so you have to kind of take that into consideration. I think I like one best. That one also is pretty. This is Canton Bleu, okay, with that gorgeous. I don't think I want that one. This one is actually called Willow. Willow is a completely different set that is very similar to Canton Bleu. Here is, see, this one is called Willow. But look at the colors. The colors are very similar to Canton Bleu. So what I'm looking for is something that is really, really small, like this pattern, that could become a background for my very busy stuff that I'm going to put on top. So this would be perfection. Now, I realize that this is text weight, and maybe text weight is not the best option, but I can make it work. You know, we can make anything work, and this is my absolutely go-to favorite of everything. Okay, now let's see if we have another one that I might want to use. Oh, I love this pattern because it's muted, it's gorgeous. It's completely opposite of the deep one that we're looking at. Okay, so we're going to use those two for right now. And you know my go-to is going to be the cut around window. Like, I'm sure you guys are tired of me doing that by now, but it's my favorite. And I think I want to do this blue one on the outside. And I think I want this gold one, this brown one on top. So I have said this before, that my little world works a little bit differently than others, because in my little world, I will design what I want to do before I ever have the picture, and then I wait for the picture to come to me. I don't have the picture in my head right this minute. Okay, so this is what I'm kind of picturing for it to be. Okay, so what are we going to do then? It's similar to this. So I'm going to glue them together, and we're going to do this. Okay, I think that'll look really pretty. And here's my gold solid. I am excited to go outside. I have a white garage door that just got put in, and it is getting painted black. I know my husband is going to freak when he comes home because he didn't quite agree to that. It's fun being married to Martha. Let me tell you, you never know what you're doing when you get home. You might drive right by your house and go, wait a minute, that's not my house. When I left this morning, it was yellow, and now it's black. Yeah. Let's see where we at. We have to go with the flow of the, no, it's not working that way. Why am I not able to see the right lines? Do you guys see what I'm doing? I don't have the right lines here. There. That would be the right lines. But I can't do this. Let's look. That would be following, not following. It would have to be an overlap. Do you see what I'm seeing here? It would have to be an overlap. And that would be okay. All right, so overlapping that would mean that I would have to cut some of these little pieces off. So let's try it out. And okay, so what else do we have going on? We have the Zoom class. Oh my goodness, it is going to be fun. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's going to be so much fun. It is intense. There is so much that we're going to have to do. You're going to have to really work on getting your homework done for this one because it is a lot. Okay, I can realize what I need to cut here. I need to cut this right here. Okay. I need to cut this one. So there, that would work. Let's see if we can find the spot. Okay, tomorrow is my work day. So I'm going to be going to worky. Love, love, love my work. You guys know that though. I don't have to explain. I love my job. I'm so extremely lucky to be one of the few that love their job. I mean, this is not work for me. This is my fun time, playtime kind of thing. Okay, here. Okay, so that's going to sit on top. And then here, this is going to have to go away. Let's look. It's going to get glued from here to here to here. Okay. This is all for the love of scrapbooking. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. I know we just hung out like yesterday, or was it just my head? Wasn't it yesterday we were goofing off playing around here? Am I in the right spot? Okay, and then let's get this one. I see a little snippet. Okay, is anybody else obsessed with Becca Bloom? Excuse me, Rich TikTok. I am obsessed with her. She's also on YouTube, so you guys can find her on YouTube. Obsessed. She just got married, I think, this weekend in Lake Como. I have been to Lake Como. Ooh, not the Lake Como that she got married at, but I've been there. Okay, here is this one. How about that? And then the same thing's going to happen to this piece. It's going to be the overlap part. Okay, so we do that. How about we're going to cut this little baby right here. And all I'm doing is actually building the trellis. That's all I'm doing is building the trellis to this lovely thing. And yes, if your little bow you don't like, I think it's kind of weird looking for me. If you don't like it, it's okay. We can cover him up later. Okay, it's going to be there, and we need to cut off these little pieces. And remember, if you cut off something that later you want to add back on, then add back on. I mean, it's just paper. We've talked about, okay, so Create 2025 is just around the corner, okay? And if you are, haven't gotten your ticket, I'm sorry, please go get your ticket and please use my affiliate link. I so appreciate that. If you have not gotten your ticket, have you not seen I mean, have you not seen what, why have you not gotten your ticket? Oof. Okay. right there. I feel like it's not quite in the right spot, but right there. Okay. Isn't that going to be just beautifulness? Just beautifulness. Okay. So Create 2025 is November 14th. It's like 67 days away. I don't know why you don't have your box yet, your ticket yet, because it is the hot item. You need to have your ticket. I love this. I think it would be so pretty on a calendar page. Is my friend B with us here? Right? B, it's so pretty. Okay, right there. Now, because when I see this, and I hadn't planned on that part yet, to do it going horizontal, and I'm thinking some gorgeous, like a stained glass window going horizontal would be so pretty on this. Oh, I can see this being gorgeousness. Can you? Okay, so because we also pulled this out that was text weight, remember, I wanted to use this as a text weight, kind of like an overlap of it. But now I'm kind of thinking I want to use this for paper tricks. And this part we can use. Hello, Deepa, how are you? I know you've been super busy and not hanging out with us, but you are going to be with us, I'm sure, for Create, right? Okay. Yep, I like this strong one, but I really do love the floral also. It's just the edge, so it's okay. It's not going to be that much that you're going to see of it. If you change your mind later, you can do that. And I'm going to do my favorite little cut. And I think it has to be at least a half an inch all the way around. So we do this, and I cut the window out. And I'm going to do 0.75, half an inch. No, I'm going to do 0.75 just because that's trickier for me, right? And we're going to go right into that and stop right there. And let's turn it again. I turn clockwise. That's just my natural way of turning things. And we start right here and go down and keep going. Create, yes, just waiting on that gorgeous box. Did you see the third kindness day? It's out today on TikTok. It is gorgeous. Yes, I am. And then this weekend, did you guys get the foil paper that was all the deep colors? Because I think we're going to want that foil paper to embellish some of those gorgeous jewel tones. Oh, it's just so pretty. Okay, here we have that. Here we have this one. So I'm busy all week. So this is going to be today's, and then we're going to talk Wednesday about the generosity swap box that's going to be floating around the country. I'm hoping that all of you guys receive it, and I'm going to send out a generosity box, and we're going to try to Hello, Nick. We are on YouTube. I don't know if you can see us, but hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, I didn't put it on my phone. Yes, I think I'm still on the streaming because I answered with my phone. Did you have a good weekend hanging out with your mom, sweetheart?
I did. I had a great weekend.
Good, good. And your big birthday is 26 Wednesday. How are you feeling?
It's 26 on Wednesday. Or
Yes, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday.
Actually,
Yes,
Thursday.
Your birthday's Thursday. Okay. Well, anyway,
yeah.
we can chit chat later after I get off the YouTube channel. Okay, sweetheart.
Okay.
Say bye to all my friends.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie. Bye, honey. Bye. Talk to you later. Bye. That was Nick. Yep. He's hanging out, doing his thing at work. I hope I didn't lose you guys. Are you still here with me? Hello. I think you're still here with me. Okay, so you know my favorite go-to is going to be the box pleat, right? Like that's my go-to favorite of all times. The box pleat is super easy and it shows such gorgeous dimension. That would be this one, okay? And it also will be perfect for the middle. So what I'm planning on here is doing 3 strips going down the middle, okay? We're probably going to get into 230 now. So let's do these little strips. And I am thinking that we want a strip in the middle, a strip on the top, and on the bottom. Okay, so it's kind of like making little cornices. You see how that's going to be just absolutely gorgeous with this lovely, but I'm not committing to the bottom page yet until we see how this is going to go. Okay, so now let's do 1.5. Let's do 1.5 here. So I need to do 1.5, 1.5 again. And you know, the other thing that I absolutely love to do is the ruffles. But I'm not ready set up to do ruffles today. I think that this with the Harlequin, it would be best to do the flat box pleat compared to the ruffles are a little bit more rounded shapes. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have 1.5 and 1.5, 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom, because you usually need 2 strips of it. And then I'm going to go bigger. I'm going to do 2 inches for the middle because I think that we can cut it in half, and I think that that would be plenty. Okay, so see, now we have extra. So because this is all flat, guess what? We're gonna try to squeeze it all in at the same time. And whoo. Okay, so did you guys catch what I did with this lovely 4 pieces of a trellis, right? Do you not see how lovely that is? Now you can easily come in here and cut that middle one off, but I'm not gonna cut it off. I'm going to work with it. And I'm thinking that I really kind of like the one that was going in the middle, but it just wasn't evening out for me the way I wanted it to be. So we're folding all of this lovely thing in here, and we're going to chit chat while I get my folds done, okay? So tell me, everybody out there, what we want to do about crop at home. Let's talk. Let's see what we have going on. Let me pull this out, and we're going to work on this. I'm going to run it. Let's see if we can run it twice because it's a lot of paper. Thank you so much again for joining me. This is Martha on Martha's Paper Crafty. And we are running our little Empress here going through. I don't know, how loud is that for you guys? Can you see that? Martha does not have a set live schedule, I know. But if you subscribe and if you ring the bell, you're supposed to get notifications. Yes, you're supposed to. I say supposed to get notifications. I don't know how that works, but that's usually the plan. Okay, so now we want the small ruffle here, and we want the big ruffle here, and we want another small ruffle here. Okay, that's what we're going to end up with. Okay, I don't know, I may not do the middle one, I don't know, but we're going to do definitely top and bottom. So let's move this over, and I am going to move this way and bring you guys over to this other. I'm going to move my camera stand so you guys can see me on the other side of this. Okay, and let's see. How is everybody doing? I'm so glad that you're hanging out with me. This has been so much fun. I love to see you, and I think if you see me, I see you in my world. So, how are you doing? How's it going? What did I miss on the conversation of talking? Let me make sure you can see my desk as well, because I think you need to see what I'm doing is box pleats, okay? So, the big box pleat will move over to the side because I'm not sure if I want to use that yet. Okay, but we're going to do the small box pleats. And here we're going to get these together. And because it's text weight, I can kind of manipulate it pretty fast. Okay, I pinch together. This is something that I do all the time. I love a beautiful box pleat. So I can kind of pretty much do this while I'm sleeping. Just like I say that about my work, I can do it while I'm sleeping because I've done it for so long. There we go. So you see how that goes? Just there. And then we get this little lovely apart. There's one more. And there we go. Okay, so who do we have here with us? Let's talk. Lovies, I'm so glad that you're here with me. Let me take a look and see who's all with me while we are here. Okay. Hey, Yvonne, when are you going to come live with me? I need you to come in live with me so you can be a co-host with me. I just did that yesterday with Tamar, and it was fun. Did you guys get to watch that? It was fun to get to meet her. Okay, so we have Sharon and Beth and Candy and Dell and Candy, how are you, my new grandma? Yvonne, Doris, Anna, thank you so much for coming. And we have Kathy here. How are you? Donna, how are you, sweet lady? Another brand new grandma. My goodness, how fun is that? Hello, Cheryl and Virginia. I'm so glad everybody's here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please subscribe. Please consider giving me a like. I'm so glad. Okay, so Yvonne, how about Wednesday? I'm not sure what time, but how about we do like 10ish? Because by the time I get the carpenters and painters all in there, it should be 10ish. We can talk later. I'll call you. And Yvonne, and we have, hi Yvonne, the Sisterhood of Traveling Swap Box. Exactly, Yvonne. It's like, let's get it going. And I think those things that we meet person to person are so meaningful. Do you know what I mean? And something that you have that you may consider junk is a treasure to me. And I'm not saying that you're allowed to send junk by any means. I only want you to send what you absolutely love but have no use for now, or you have too many of, okay? Hello. I'm eating cottage cheese over with French toast. Cottage cheese over my French toast? I've never had that, Tamar, but I'm game. Doris, hi, how are you? Antique postcards are so pretty. I know, I'm thirsty. I'm sorry. I just got my Harlequin Bow Die today. That's why I'm doing this right now, because I just got it today. And you know I love a trellis. So, hi Jenny, how are you? So your next share is my dad's birthday. Yes, he's a 9/11 kiddo. Oh, your daddy's gonna be 80. Congratulations. Rose Lily, how are you? I never get prior notification because Martha has no schedule. Her life is crazy, Rose Lily. But I think you need to subscribe and press the bell. And I don't know if you have Facebook, but come over to my Facebook, and I really try hard to make sure that I let you guys know. Maybe an hour ahead. I don't let you know very much more time before that because I don't know myself. So Gmail, your notification will go to Gmail accounts if not online. Yes, please do get a Gmail. I'm a Gmail girl. I'm a Google girl. So I have a Yahoo account, but I'm a Google girl. Click the bell, go thrown out. Oops. Cheryl, I'm all for it. I totally understand that. I totally understand. So the oops is going to go right there so you can still see my desk, and I know you just see my head. So I'm going to do this very quickly, and I'm going to get a handful of these lovely clothespins because I don't use these clothespins for anything else other than crafting. Am I upside down for you guys? I think yes. Okay, so let me move you back. If you guys are feeling more comfortable aerial view, I'll move you back to the other side, excuse me, and we will go back to that direction. You see that? I know, I know. I'm making you guys work for this today, aren't I? And I'm not upside down with this. Yeah, I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to figure out StreamYard. I'm going to figure out, what is the other thing called? This one is a little bit shorter. This one should be right here. Okay, so as you can see that I did this really quickly and I didn't pleat it really tight. So it's almost like a round pleat, if that makes any sense. You see that? It's kind of not square pleating. So it allows for it to be kind of like a little ruffle. And I put little drops of glue on both sides, not very much at all, just enough to kind of catch it, because the more glue you use, the more time it's going to take to dry, and we are working on a time constraint. I really tried to get this done in an hour's time, and this might have to be a part 2 for Wednesday. Yes, we're going to try to see if Yvonne is available for us on Wednesday. I have some appointments, I think, but we'll see what we have going on. Okay, so here I just hold and press, okay, and clip and press and press, okay, clip. And yes, at one time in my life I had nothing else better to do but put washi tape on my clothespins. So I know I miss that time. I had so much time in my other life. Now it's not so much. I have just a very busy world, but very fulfilling, and I wouldn't want to take anything away from it. The contractors are lovely. The home is getting there. I know. I'm going extreme. I'm going from white doors to black doors, but I love them, and I'm tired of the white doors. I love black doors. Does anybody have black doors in their house? Can you please tell me? Because I guess it's too late to change my mind. The door. I mean, I had garage doors were black before, but then we got a new garage door. So the new one came in white. Why? Because the contractor didn't get the memo. He saw that I had a black garage door. Why would I want to go white? Whatever. You know, sometimes it's not on purpose, or sometimes it's just not always going to be what you need it to be. Okay, so you see now I'm recycling the same set of yes, and don't even come to a baby shower in with me, because I will win the clothespin contest. You know how there's a clothespin contest at baby showers? I'm always the winner. Yep, I will catch you crossing your legs and I will steal your clothespin. I'm always the winner. I am very competitive when it comes to games, okay? If you don't want to lose, don't let me play with you. I know. Yeah. Well, I grew up with boys, and so if we played games, I was going to win. So, yeah, at least that's my excuse. Maybe even my girls would say I'm also very competitive. Okay, so we have this. Yes, Nick's birthday is on Thursday. My little man is going to be 26. What do you think about that? 26. 26. Okay, let's go. 26. 26. How many more times can I say it in different languages? I know. I got the memo this weekend that my eldest speaks beautiful English, but he should speak German, and he should speak Spanish, but I didn't enforce it when he was little, and so it didn't happen. But he can still do it. I didn't learn different languages until I was a grown adult, so he can also do it. He has to have the time, the want, the will. I had to. If I was going to go work overseas, I had to learn German, so I did. And then once I was there, I mean, I already spoke Spanish. That makes it easier. And I'm, believe it or not, I'm not shy. So I speak to anybody on a train, on a bus, in an elevator. And French has not been a language that I've been able to pick up. Italian, Portuguese, Swiss German, Romanish. I can speak those, but it's just been a challenge for the other ones. Okay, so for French. Okay, so here's that one. And then I kind of wanted to make this one in the middle. But I think it might take away too much of the middle. Might take away too much. Do we take those little pieces off? And maybe we might have to take those little pieces off. We add little bows to them. I don't know. Let's go for it. Okay, so we're going to do this. And let's move our little lovey thing over here. And I'm seeing that I'm losing you over here. Hello, Annie Pence. How are you, sweetie? Were you with us earlier? Did you hear me talking with you? Never about you, always with you. Okay, I kind of want to add some dimension to this because you know this is flat. I want to raise this up some. And I'm going with the light color instead of the dark color. I think that'll make this one pop better. Do you see that with that? So I'm going to the light, and I do have my pop-up dot strippy thing around here somewhere. Because, let's see, this one will work just lovely. Okay. And we are going to put it on the black side of it because I want the light part to come out at me. There. Okay, let's see. Is there a right side or a wrong side to this lovely? Can you tell? I think this way. Okay, let's put one here. I'm hoping you guys aren't annoyed by my little fan going because it's caliente. Okay, so now I'm adding my little ruffle to the inside of my little let me find my little pokey tool. I cleaned my desk. I cleaned my room. I'm decluttering. I have a bunch of stuff that needs to go to my generosity box. That's going to be called the generosity swap box. Okay, and I have things that are coming up for sale. I'm super excited about that. I thought there was some things that I could sell and some things that I could gift. You kind of just have to decide what is your priority. And I thought for me there was lots of, like the size. I don't know how big my generosity box needs to be. So I was thinking if I make them small, but some of my dies maybe I might want to sell. I have a lot of the ornament dies that I think I just need to sell because I don't think I'm going to use them. And I do have the Cricut, and if I wanted to in the future cut a die, we could do it with the Cricut. So that's why I'm thinking I'm going to get some of my swap out some of my look at that's gonna be so darling. You see how cute that is? Oh, I just love it. I know, I'm silly. Okay, and then here's my 500 pieces of clothespins. That's so funny looking, like a little snake of clothespins. Okay. I saw on TV show how someone sent a letter to Glen Rose. What is Glen Rose? Martha, French is so close to Hispanic. French is so close to Hispanic, you just need to twist your tongue in the opposite direction. I love you. You are so funny, you lovely lady. It is very close to French. French, and it's a Latin language, romantic language, romance language, yes. But here is the thing that I have with French. My eyeballs don't agree with the my eyeballs don't agree with the spelling. Like, why are all those letters there that you don't pronounce? I can't get over it. It's just, but you know, I did have a lovely a friend. His name was Benoit, and I didn't mind his extra letters. Oh my goodness. Yes. Life is just too funny. But yeah, I'm serious about the letters. There's just too many letters. Like, why are we saying these extra letters if we're not, why are we writing them down if we're not using them? How pretty is that cute little ruffly mess? Are you seeing how darling that is? And you know what I want to do? I want to go and ink those little spaces up so you can really see them. Let's move that one out of the way and put this one over here. Do you see how cute that is? Okay, now we need to add some pop-up dots to this space here so that it can be even. Okay. Now, which direction do you want your Harlequin to be? Okay. I like my Harlequin long and skinny. Okay, this direction. Okay. You might want your Harlequin to be in this direction. Oh, okay, kiddos. I'll be back in 5 minutes. My carpenter's coming. Please entertain yourself. Let me find out what he needs. Come on, Hixie, come this way. Come on. Come this way, Hixie. There you go. Come over here with Mama. Thank you, Hixie. Come say hello to everybody, right? Okay, sweethearts, I'm sorry about that. I had to go talk to the carpenter. Their approval and trying to get Hicks over there. Woo! Okay, so back to this. Okay, so I like it in the middle, and you have to pay attention now because this is directional, okay? So I'm going to put it like in the middle right here, and I'm only going to put a little bit of glue. Thank you, my loves. for letting me go and talk to them. I was just thinking, I took my phone, my little speaker with me. Did you guys hear me talking to them? I was thinking, because I have my little speaker on, but I don't know if it's with the iPad or not. Okay, this one's gonna fit right on top of this cute little mess. Isn't that gonna be so cute? Like so, like a soul. Okay, we have to kind of figure out how we're going to, you know what I'm gonna have to do is I have to make a second ruffle. And here and here. Okay, we have to kind of make this thing sit where you want it to. That's why I put minimal amount of glue on here. Okay, so now let's bring this baby over. And I was thinking about that. I said I have my speaker, my mic on. Can you hear me while I was talking to my helpers? Okay, right there. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on. This way. Okay. This way. I'm so comfortable on YouTube with you guys. I'm so thrilled to have my little circle of lovely, crafty friends. You guys are so lovely to me, and I can't even thank you enough for your friendship. I consider every single one of you a gift for me. It's just so nice to know you, and I really, it's just the best feeling. I'm a little bit lost on TikTok. I feel like it's too fast for me. I'm trying. I'm going to give it a try because, you know, you should learn new things and all that lovely stuff. Okay, here's this one. Now, the direction of this flower is which way? I think that's the top and this is the base. So then that means that this little flower bow should be in here. So let's see where we're going to get him in. Or maybe I have to take it off and add it again. Maybe I have to take the little base of this edge off, I'm thinking. Let's look and see where I want it to sit. Right on the edge going this direction, but here. Okay. I think on this side, I want to take one piece off. So, because I want it to be not showing, but I can see that the bottom is going to be showing unless I double it, and then maybe we'll have that. Okay, again, top and bottom. Did I just do the wrong side? Because my bow has to be in this direction. I sure did. Well, let's do it again. Right here. So they did one coat on my black door, garage door, and he's like, so do you like it? And I was like, but you're gonna, this is only one coat. Like, you're gonna do this again, right? Oh yeah, that's just one coat, lady. Well then, say something. Like, okay, there we go with that. Okay, can you see that? And I'm gonna have the little gold here on the bottom. Maybe I might do a little something on there, but you never know. Maybe. Let's go and do this. Now, I don't want to add too much glue to my actual trellis because we might want to hide something under the trellis, like a pin board. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I am measuring, eyeballing. You see there, I like that there. So then we move this one this way. Put that on top. I'm gonna have to tweak it so that it's straight. Lovely, lovely. Okay, and I'm gonna put a little bit right here to kind of hold it. So far for a fast page, it has now been an hour. Welcome to Martha's fast page. It's an hour in. Okay, I like that there. So now I'm going to take this part off here. And I have Hicks and Louie with me. So if you guys start hearing the barking, it's because Louie likes to bark at the painters. And I can hear that they're inside my house now. They have to finish, well, you know, I'm getting my inside doors done also. So there we go, there. And here's this side. Oh, I think that's gonna be so pretty. Can you see that coming? I don't know what I'm gonna put here. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know yet. I don't know. Let's get some of this glued right here. Hold that there. Okay, and then we're going to do this one right here. I want to put a little bit of glue on this part. I'm making sure you guys can see me. It's coming out pretty for you, Yvonne. And this way. So Yvonne, do we have YouTube access so that we can stream from both your channel and my channel? Like, is that possible? I know that Tamar was asking me, and I don't know how to do that, but we can explore. And hold that little lovely thing down. I'm trying to only glue things around. I want to have this way. Okay, so this is the top, this is the bottom. How is that working for you? Okay, we also have recipes to talk about. Here's the recipe card. While we're just about finishing up this lovely situation here. And I happen to have a pack that is, what are they called? A pre-made mats. So this is something that you can, this is from Willow, and they're just like pre-made. You see that? I know we don't have those anymore. I'm so sad. But you might have some in your stash. I like the yellow. That's my favorite. I like that dark navy because this is the color that we're using. Do you have any of these in your stash? I kind of think I like to use this dark one right here, maybe this way. And I kind of really like this yellow one also. I know, then we're going to cover up all of the stuff that we just did. So I think I'm going to do one horizontal on this for now. I kind of like that like this, okay? And then we kept all the little extra bows, right? You remember we did all the extra little bows, and so you can start adding them into this little space. And I like to add this on the dimensional for this, okay? So we have it like that. That one looks like it's, I guess it's supposed to be like that. But I like that there. So every bow that you actually see can be dimensional going up on it. I love that so far. So what are you thinking? Willow paper, not Willa. What? Am I saying it wrong again? I said willow. Willow, W-I-L-L-O-W. Willow, not Willa. Oh, was I saying Willa? Willow. Look, I'm going to tell you, my tongue plays tricks on me sometimes. I don't think I should do the black willow, not Willa. Okay. But also, I think we should get a little bit of a scrap so that we can do, it's never a finished page for me until we have a journaling tag a date tag. And I kind of think that I want to use this one. You see how pretty that one goes too? What does that come from? I have no earthly idea. And my latest trick with that is to double them up so that I can use another one, okay? And I really like this one and I want to use it, so I kind of just want to fold it in half. Okay, because we have so many lovely tools, but then we regress to using things that we just have there. Okay, I like that. And then using another little piece on top, and then this lovely on top of that. You know, I don't think I need that one. I think I want it like this. Okay, so then I'm going to want to fold it just a little bit off center, so not quite in the middle. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do this one right on top. And you see how I tried to call this the right year? This is 2016 tassels, the tassel die, if you're asking me what die this is from. Okay, right there, I like that there. Okay, and then since you saw that I folded this the wrong, folded would not be correct. And I'm going to cut that little spot off where I made the score mark. And then on this side, I'm also going to cut that little part off that I made the score line. And I'm going to play a little trick on you and do it this way. And I'm going to take a little tiny slither off. Here is some little tricks that you get to learn so that you can also make boo-boos and fix them. Okay, so I wanted this to be showing on both sides. So we're going to add a little glue, and we're adding glue to this spot. So Wednesday we're going to talk about the traveling generosity box, the sisterhood of traveling pants, I think was what it was called, right, Yvonne? And we're going to have boxes that are traveling all over the country, the state. Send them to your friends that are crafty people. I think only crafty people would appreciate our extra stuff coming to them. Like normal people, non-crafty people, they wouldn't understand, right? They wouldn't understand that we are sharing our leftover supplies. They're like, what in the world are you talking about? Okay, and I think I want this one in blue because I think that would really make it pop. And I have this little one that's blue. This is my sloppy copy paper that I was going to play with earlier, but then I started not playing with it. So I kind of like that. And put that right in there. The 2016 tassel die. That is where that little thing is coming from. Yeah, my desk is getting to be a mess here again, and it was so clean this weekend because, you know, I had a company, so I had to have a really clean desk because people don't understand. They don't understand that unless you're a crafter, you don't verstanden, and that would be German for understanding. I don't verstanden. That was like one of the first things I learned. Bitte schön, ich nicht verstanden. Ich nicht verstanden. Bitte schön. Everything is better with please. So bitte is please. Bitte schön. Pretty please. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Why is my grocery bag $300? Did I ever tell you guys that trick, that boo-boo that I made at the grocery store? I bought pasta. I was broker than broke because I just gotten there. And I bought pasta, a can of tomato sauce, and the essentials, some trash bags. And it was 350 Swiss francs. And I just about passed out. I didn't understand. And then they told me that my trash bags were like, I don't know, $250 US francs, because you buy your trash bag. I know it sounds crazy, but listen, Lindas, okay? The trash bag fee is per bag. It's like your trash bag is labeled with your label of your state, like your county logo is on your trash bag, and so your trash bag is picked up by the county only if it has the trash bag logo, okay? And that's how you pay your trash fees, by buying the trash bag at the grocery store, okay? So therefore it's expensive to buy a trash bag. Therefore they are helping you by encouraging you to recycle, so that you buy a very expensive trash bag as little often as possible. Like, you don't want to buy a trash bag because it's so expensive, so you recycle. Yes, you do. And I didn't understand that, and believe me, that is not a conversation you want to have with me in tears at the grocery store, because I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. Why is this $300? What part of this do I have to put back? Lowe's charges $2 for sending paper billing statements. That's greed. They are trying to listen, Linda, they are trying to encourage you to recycle. They are trying to encourage you to recycle. Yes. That's what I call it. Anyway, I changed my mind on my bow, so I had to kind of switch it around here. I want to double up my bow so that it is pretty on both sides, and it wasn't working the way I was doing it because I didn't do my bow correctly, right? You guys know that. So we'll put my bow back where it belongs, here. It's a very darling bow. I want him to be nice and fluffy, put aside. And now we will bring our gorgeous little page, and we have this, for me, finishes your page, okay? It finishes your page once you have a picture for somewhere. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of paper, just ATG in the middle. And when I want it to be not very strong, I will add a little bit of lint from my blouse on it. And I only want a little bit on the middle of it. And I've decided to go horizontal with my lovely little bow here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I think these have to be up with pop-up dots, but I'm not going to do it right this minute. I want to see what my picture does. Okay, just like that. And we're going to do it over here also. Do you see how my point was that I didn't think that we needed to remove the horizontal lines here? And we didn't even have to remove those, but those were overlapping weird. So, and I would like to add this one to, like, right here on this spot, so that you can still see everything, but not, I just love it. I love how that came out. Is anybody else obsessed? I kind of think I need to add a little gold inking. You know how I've been adding gold inking to everything? Let's go back in here and do that. I know I was supposed to do this before, but okay, so just a little bit of gold to kind of pronounce where this little crease of it is, okay? Can you see it? It's just barely. It's just barely there. I just am barely lightly adding a little bit of gold with the top of mine. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's just so pretty. I know I'm a fool, silly, not a fool, silly. That's completely different. Okay, I just wanted a little bit, kind of like a little lip gloss. Okay, consider it a little lip gloss. Okay, there's my other little bow. And here on this one, I want him right here on the edge. Okay, now there is so much more that you can do to this page. Okay, don't even think that this is like a finished page in my world. I still want so much more, and I think I'm just going to glue it to one side until we find flowers or some pretty teacups. I'm picturing this as a pretty kitchen scene because this is a pretty little window scene. Okay, so let me flip over and let's talk about this page. Yay! Am I upside down for you? Over. Hey, how are you? Hello, my lovely friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Had to stop the did you have electricians with you also? I have painters. So welcome to our world, right, Pamela Desmore? Put a little birdie. Yes, this would be so cute with a little birdie. I think it would be so darling with a little birdie. So, you know, there's so many little things that you can add to this. This is nowhere even near being finished, but it's somewhere for your start of your creativity. It's just fun to be able to use a die that is supposed to be intended for a 5x7 frame to turn into a scrapbook page. Okay, don't walk away from these things when you're a scrapbooker, but this is a 5x7 page. Okay, don't do that. This can turn into an entire scrapbook page. It could be, you know, you're inspired to move over to that direction. Okay, I think it came out really cute, and this could have little birdies, it could have little birds, it definitely needs to have flowers all over the place. Okay, little birds, a little scene of a kitchen, a teapot over here. My goodness, your little sweet little grandbaby can be in this picture. But my point is, you need a picture, you need a date and people's names, and you flip it over. Thinking outside the box, right? Yes. And then your little journal of what you want to do, because my new favorite thing in the world to think about scrapbooking is that scrapbooking is a love letter to our future generations. I am so in love with that thought that I want to share that with you. It is like these are love letters to our future family. One of those little babies somewhere in the world is going to be a scrapbooker. I don't know, it might be 2 or 3 generations away because my and all of his little girlfriends are sporty. So maybe I might get a girly that's girly, but I'm kind of thinking that I will be the grandma that's at every sport event. I don't care. And they will have girly pictures in here. But the point being, it's a scrapbook. It's a love letter to your future generations. So not just for, you know, the life that you have right this minute, but for the life in the future. So it's just such a fun way to think of that it's something that you can, you know, will transcend time, that this is something that could be in your 300-year plan. Okay, so picture, date, name, journal, you in the picture, your actual writing. Please, for the love of everything, that would be so much fun. One of those babies is going to have to be a scrapbooker, even if I have to glue their little booty to the chair. Okay, my loves, I'm going to see you again on Wednesday. Hopefully we can figure out how to get Yvonne over here to me. I know I have appointments coming up, but I don't know when they are, and I'll look on emails, and maybe I can get a commit to it sometime tonight. Me and Yvonne will talk, and we'll talk about Wednesday being our right here, generosity box. The generosity box is launching Wednesday. We're going to pack them up and we're going to send them out to the entire community of our loved ones. Okay, so you get a box from me take something, put something in it, and send it out to the next person. Okay, we'll come up with a little wording for it. And Wednesday sounds great. Thank you, Yvonne. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And my apologies for keeping you muted while I went to check on my carpenters. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.